a new non-QM lender. Their name is Commerce, and this year is very special non-QM. We never seen before. What makes the new non-QM program better, unique, is it is for primary resident. All other non-QM has to be uh, either self-employed or investment. So this program, the buyer doesn't have to work. The buyer doesn't have to have income. We need to down 25%. And their credit score need to be 40 or higher. And they have to have some reserve. That's all. So I expect that the new program, the new non-QM program, will be popular within the Asian community, especially Vietnamese, when a lot of borrowers are doing, and a lot of borrowers don't have enough income or employment. So I will help Chi to show us about her programs, her products, and feel free to ask her any question. I will stay quiet and I let her work with all of you. So please work with Chi. Chi, you can proceed now.
Thank you, Antoine. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone, for inviting me here today. I know everyone is super busy, so I'll keep it short and sweet and help answer any questions that may come up as we go along. Okay, so let's just go straight into the program that Antoine just was referring to. It's called My Community Program. So I'm going to open, if you guys can, Antoine, can you see my screen right now?
Hi, Susan. Yeah, I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's been so busy. I haven't been able to like get in contact with you. But yeah, let me just pull up the CD here. We can look over it real quick.
Hello. If you attend the meeting,
Okay.
please not work. Please stay quiet, please. Everyone, please respond to Cindy, to Chi.
Give me a second here.
I don't want to get involved. Everyone, please look at
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, great, thank you. So what I want to go over is the community program. And as Antoine had, this is a great program for those borrowers who cannot, one, show employment, right? There's going to be a lot of people, maybe they just started working a month or 2 or 3, less than 2 years ago, and they can't qualify the traditional way, because the traditional way, you need 2-year work history. This program, the 1003 is literally blank. The employment is blank. The income is blank. It's no hassle at all. This is allowed on a primary resident or second home. Most non-QM lenders out there right now offer a DSCR program that sounds similar to this, but it's not the same. That program is for investment properties only, because all lenders are subject to what is called the ATR rules, the ability to repay on a primary resident. What makes Commerce Mortgage special and different is because we are certified by the US Treasury to the CDFI program. Okay, so we are CDFI certified. Again, this is the Community Mortgage Program. So to qualify for this program, it's very simple. This is the matrix, very, very easy to look at. So if you have a purchase or a rate and term refinance, you can go up to 70% LTV, and the FICO score can go as low as a 640. Okay, and the reserve requirement is solely based on what the mid FICO score is. So for example, if you have a $2 million loan amount, you can go up to 70% LTV, you'll 6 months PITI, right? 6 months PITI on the subject property. Any additional property that is on the schedule of real estate, any additional finance property, we will require 2 months additional reserves, okay? So again, subject property 6 months, any additional property is additional 2 months. So very simple, right? So if you have a 700 FICO score, we need 12 months. So we also allow this on a cash out refi. Again, other lenders will require at least 2-year history. You got to qualify full doc. If you get cash out with the traditional lender, there may be a cap on how much cash you can have in hand. In this case, on our program, we let you go with no income, no employment, up to 60% LTV, no cap on cash in hand. So if the loan amount, if someone owns the property free and clear, let's just say, for example, the property's worth $2 million. As long as you go up to max 60%, you can take the full $2 million cash in hand. No questions asked, no income, no employment. And a lot of people ask me, well, can you use the cash out as reserves? The answer to that is no, not at this time. We may expand on that in the future, but as of today, the cash out cannot be from the cash out. So another thing that's special, right, is that for seasoning on this program, we only require 30-day seasoning, okay? So let's just, I'm gonna give you an example. If you have a purchase loan, you're putting 30% down and you don't have enough reserves after the down payment, you don't have enough reserves. I would suggest everyone that's not on this call, can you please mute your phone? Thank you. So anyone that, so let's just say, for example, if you purchase, sorry, can we mute everyone?
Everyone, please quiet.
Can you guys please mute yourself if you're not part of this? Thank you. So if you, for example, if you are doing a purchase, you're putting 30% down and we require 6 months reserves. If you do not have the 6 months reserves, I would suggest you restructure the loan. And restructure this is that on a purchase loan with 30% down, the down payment can be 100% gift funds. Again, down payment can be 100% gift funds. Okay, and if you have any questions on a particular file, I would suggest just calling me directly and then I can help you structure the loan as well. So this is the community program. Does anyone have any questions for me? Any questions, anyone? Okay, I'm going to show you really quick on how to price a community loan with us. Let's see if I can do this here. So I'm going to go to my website. So if you guys want to write this down, my website is commercetpo.com. commercetpo.com. If you prefer rate sheets rather than the pricing engine, what you can do is go here, select rates. You do not need credentials to look at my rates. Scroll down. Today, you can download our agency rate. We offer Fannie, Freddie, FHA, and VA also. And then the community program will be under the non-QM rate sheet. So you want to select non-QM rate sheet. Scroll down. The community program is right here. Okay. So you can look here. For example, you can see a 740 FICO score. If you want to do 70% LTV, it starts at 5.625. You scroll down, this is the LLPAs, and keep in mind on a non-QM loan, all the LLPAs are applied to the rate. Most things are pretty self-explanatory. You know, if you have a loan amount from 1 million to 1.5, the add-on at 70% would be 7.5. If you're doing a cash out, keep in mind 60%. the hit would be a quarter. If the borrower has a lot of extra reserves, 60 months more than what is required, you can get a quarter better in rate. Interest only option, you can see here, if you have a low LTV, 60 or under, there's no hit for interest only. CDFI eligible, this is where most people will ask me, well, what is this for? Because this is a half a point better on rate for all buckets. CDFI eligible, for your borrower to qualify under the CDFI eligible are a few things, okay? So they either have to be Hispanic or African American to receive this 50 bips better in rate. And a lot of people will ask me, well, how do you verify what their ethnicity is, right? Because you can't really verify ethnicity. So what I tell everyone is, well, it's all based on what is entered on the 1003. So under the HUM, where the 1003 is, there's a box that you select Hispanic, if someone is Hispanic or African American. If for any reason, if they are, even if they're 1%, they could still be considered Hispanic or African American. If that box is checked, then that means after you request the lock, we will apply the 50 basis points better to the rate. You'll see here a Chm Credit Exception. So the exception is going to be anything that is over the matrix. So as you can see earlier on matrix, you can see that the max LTV is 70% up to 2 million. The exception is I can go up to 75 LTV up to $3 million loan amount if they have strong compensating factor. So if I do approve that for you, it's going to be a quarter add to the rate. So this is the rate sheet. There's another way you can price it out. If you're not comfortable with the rate sheet, you can go back to my main page. Again, commercetpo.com, go to Quick Pricer, and you can price out the loan very quickly without entering any credentials. Loan type. You can pick from FHA, VA, Home Ready, Home Possible, Community Mortgage. Again, Community Mortgage is a program we've been talking about. No income, no employment, only need reserves basically to qualify. We have a Prime Plus Jumbo. Prime Plus Jumbo is up to 3.5 million full doc loan. I would say if you want to go to us for a jumbo loan, the only reason why you would come to us would be if you have a full doc loan with up to 50% DTI, or if you have a borrower that wants an interest only payment, then I would say take a look at a Prime Plus Jumbo. This is full doc. Alt document are for borrowers that want to go with 12-month bank statements to qualify. So we have 12-month bank statements to qualify. This program, if they qualify on bank statements, the rates could be as low as in the 3%, depending on the FICO score, of course, and the LTV. But Alt Doc is 12-month bank statement. Unlike other non-QM lenders, we don't ask for all pages of the bank statement. We only ask for the page with the summary. Typically, it's going to be the first page of the bank statement with the beginning balance, end balance, deposits, and withdrawals. So we only ask for that page. We don't care about the other pages. Okay, that's what makes us unique from other lenders. We don't look at every single little thing. And when I say 12-month bank statement, we use the deposits as income to qualify the borrowers. Okay, I'm not sure how familiar your team is with non-QM, but if they need a buffer questions, they're more than welcome to ask here or call me and I can walk them through it as well. And then our last but not least program is our Alt Investor. So if you have a borrower that has a lot of investment property and the subject property is an investment property and you don't want to use their personal income to qualify, they can go off the Alt Investor program. And actually, if you look at our rate, if you have 60 LTV or below, our rate is smoking hot, way better than anyone else. So again, if you have an investor that wants to refinance an investment property, but don't want to use personal income to qualify, then they will use our alt investor mode. We don't ask for income. All we do is we ask for an appraisal.
Hello, anh Thuận ơi, you muted Gigi already.
Uh, okay, I allow Gigi to unmute. Gigi, can you unmute yourself? I'm sorry. Hello.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, it's good now. We can hear you.
Okay,
Sorry.
great.
Can you go
Not
back?
sure where I left off.
Yeah, can you go back a minute and explain again?
Sure.
For one minute.
So I was just going over my different programs that we offer here. Just real quick, conventional, FHA, home ready, community mortgage is the primary resident, no income, no employment. Prime plus jumbo is up to 3.5 full doc, interest only available, up to 90% LTV with no MI. This is again a jumbo loan, no MI, up to 90% LTV. Alt doc is 12-month bank statements to qualify as income. There's 1099. We can use 2 years 1099 to qualify, and we can use asset to qualify, asset depletion. So under alt doc, there's 3 different ways to qualify. And then last, our alt investor program. This is our no ratio investor program. Basically, if the subject property is an investment property, we don't need income or income documentation to qualify. Basically, fill out a 1003 and order an appraisal, and we're good to go. So here's our pricing engine. Let's stick to the community mortgage program for now. So I'm going to give you an example. If you ever want to run one out, if you ever talk to a borrower and you want to get an idea of what the pricing is going to be, 1, you can look at our rate sheet, like I showed you earlier, or number 2, go to commercetpo.com, select, enter loan type, community program, CDF. Let's just say yes for the purpose of this tutorial. So CDFI, again, is if you mark the 1003, if the borrower is Hispanic, African American, in a low moderate income area or an investment opportunity area, they will qualify for CDFI, which is going to improve the rate by 50 basis points. Interest only, that's an option. I'll leave that blank for now, but that certainly is an option if they want it. Reserves, let's just put in 12 months. And again, reserve is based on what their middle FICO score is. We'll determine how many months of reserves they will need. Credit score, let's just say 740. Purchase, loan amount, $999, $999. And the reason why I say that is under $1 million, there's no hit. Primary resident, okay. LTV, we're going to keep it at 65 to 70. Let's max out the LTV. And keep in mind, I can make an exception above this, but our system will not recognize it. So anything that you require an exception on, just call me. Let's do California. So on this drop down, you can see all the states that we're approved in currently. We're adding more states as we go, but it's mostly West Coast states right now. We're going to add about 10 more states this quarter. So let's say California, Orange County, and this is always going to be borrower paid comp, and your borrower paid comp can be from $1 all the way up to, Antoine, do you know what your comp plan is set at?
We don't know yet, but we plan to set it at 2%. The good thing about borrower pay is we can adjust that anytime we want to. So let's say for one loan, we can have 2%. For the next loan, we can set it to 1%, loan by loan, because we charge the borrower directly. so we can set any level we want to per loan. So we're not stuck with lender pay when we have to make a same percentage for every single loan. So
Correct.
when it's set at 2%, and it's up to every single loan, we will decide how much we want to charge the borrower.
Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and price it. So it automatically priced it at 30-year fix, 30-day lock period, but honestly, we get 60-day at the same price, okay? So lock it, it will be 60 days. But just to be very clear, on these type of loans, I can fund it in 30 days or less. So these are great, especially on those files for purchases. You know, you need a quick closing for whatever reason. They can't verify income or employment, or your lender is giving you so much grief for, you know, asking so many conditions. This is the perfect program for it. And I would suggest on a program like this to go with an ARM rate, because there's no prepayment penalty on this loan. So you can get them in the loan, close quickly, and then, you know, let them know that you can refinance out of it when they can show qualification. You can always refinance them later. So let's just do 5 years for the reasons I just explained. So I'm going to revise my search, go down again, price it. So for a loan amount of almost $1 million, no income, no employment, nothing. The rate is 5.125 at par. So, and again, there's no prepayment penalty on this loan. We can close them in 30 days or less. Do you guys have any questions?
Where do you guys disclose your caps? Is it just the first change?
You know what? I'm not sure. I would have to double check that and get back to you. Let me see if it's on the sheet.
It should be on the rate sheets, but I just want to know if it's like a
Yeah.
226 or what it is.
Let me see. Let's see here. $225. It's right here. So for the 5/6 ARM, it's 225, 7/6, 525. Sorry. So it's on the rate sheet, basically, if you want to take a look at the caps.
What is the difference between the ARM and the 30-year fix? Let's say if borrower go with the ARM.
So let's just say 70% is 5.625. 30-year fix is 6.
Oh, I see. It's right here.
6% the base rate starts at 6% on a 30-year fix. The base start at 5.625 on an
It's just an 8 better. That's it. Okay, got it.
not a huge difference.
Your margin is 4.5.
Yes,
Holy smokes. Okay, thank you.
you're welcome. Again, these type of loans is not something people usually stay in for a long time, since it's a no income, no employment. Where you may not have the borrowers now, but now that you know this, you might start seeing borrowers that, you know, they just can't qualify the traditional way. And we keep trying to add, you know, co-borrowers and this and that and the other and make a big mess out of it, especially in our hot purchase market. No one has time for that. And it causes a lot of, you know, issues with your relationship, you know, with the borrowers. So this is the easiest way to get them in. It's much better pricing than hard money loan. I can assure you that. Plus there's no prepayment penalty. So all good things happening here. Do you guys have any other questions?
Yes, I do. So this is Han, and you mentioned about, so, you know, for our products, we do have non-QM, and non-QM right now, it takes us about 45 days, give or take, to close. So sometimes the borrowers and the realtors go with like a private lending that can close in like 2 weeks. So is you guys like can compete with like, so can I advertise, well, can I tell them about your product just like a private lending that can close in 2 weeks?
Say we could. So I can give you the timeline and you can kind of determine if you can or not. So when you submit the loan to us, my turn time 24 hours to get the initial disclosures out to your borrowers. And then you can order the appraisal right away. So it really comes down to how long does it take to get the appraisal, right? Because this program is solely really focused on equity. So the appraisal, the collateral is important, and reserves. Those are the only 2 things we really verify. Everything else, I mean, there's no income to verify, there's no employment to verify, there's nothing to condition for. So can we close in 2 weeks? I think we can, as long as your file is submitted clean. You understand the guidelines up front and give us everything we need. I know my team can close this really quickly.
Can the down payment be from gift?
100% gift, yes.
And reserve can be also gift?
No, reserve absolutely cannot be give. So the reserve, we ask only 1 month bank statement. We only require the first page. So let's just say, for example, they have money in their bank account. You're able to show that, right? Instead of using that money for the down payment, I would recommend you using the money that's already in the account as reserves. And then the rest of the down payment can come from gift funds, if that makes sense. So to answer your question, yes, down payment can be 100% gift. Reserves cannot be gifts.
So for the reserve, we have to source the money if we have like large deposits. Because you mentioned about the first page of the bank statement. So do we have to show all the activities, or can we just
No.
show like the beginning balance and the deposits and the ending balance?
Yes, that's exactly what I want from you. That's all.
Okay.
And we only require 1 month. We don't ask for 2-month bank statements. So as long as the bank statement you show me doesn't show large deposit from the summary page, then you're good to go.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? You have a quiet group. I thought I'd have a lot more questions, unless I covered it all.
Next questions. What's the minimum loan amount?
I would say 150,000.
Okay, and what's your underwriting fee?
$995.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked that question. There's one more thing I want to bring up that I forgot to bring up. Oh, one more thing, a few more. So max prices and adjustments. You can see here, you can buy up or buy down the rate. So for example, after all the adjustment, the rate is 5%. And the borrower's like, that's a little high. We want it lower. Well, they can buy down the rate if they wish to. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio, right? So basically how that works out is every eighth in rate is a quarter in fee. So if they want to buy down the rate, let's just say by a quarter, then the cost would be, an eighth down in rate would cost a quarter. So what is it? An eighth plus an eighth is, I can't think right now. Oh my gosh. Someone help me out with the math. So every eighth is going to cost a quarter, basically. Here it is. Every eighth to the rate is going to cost a quarter in price. And you can buy up and buy down 0.5% on the rate. Hope that makes sense. So the final rate cannot be, so the floor rate basically is 4% on this program.
So, Chi,
Yes.
what is the popular program? The 30-year fix or the 7/6 or 10/6 or what?
Most of my brokers offer the 5/1 ARM with interest only.
Yeah. So the 7/6, that means 7/1 arm and the rate plus 6 months, right?
I'm sorry, what is your question? The
The
7 year fix?
The 5/6, 7/6,
Yes,
and what
yes.
are those?
So it's an eighth difference, right?
No, explain what is the meaning of 5/6, 7/6, and 10/6.
Oh, so it's a 5 year fixed rate and it adjusts every 6 months. It can adjust every 6 months.
Amortize over 30 years, right?
Amortize over 30 years. Let's just say you choose to do interest only, right? You could do a 5 year fix with a 10-year interest only. So the first 10 years is going to be interest only payment, which is going to be obviously a lower payment because principal is not included. A great way for borrowers to get into a property with a lower payment due to cash flow.
So since most people choose to pay off or refinance very soon, do you think the most popular program is the 5/6, 7/6, or 30 years? Which one?
5 years.
The first one, right? 5/6.
Yes, because most people, when they get into these loans, they kind of have an idea of what they want to do, right? Usually it's, a purchase loan or they need cash out right away or whatever the case might be. They know what their future is going to look like. They say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make it simple, get into the house, or I just need the cash out. And even if the rate is higher, it's so easy. I can get in, I can structure myself to be able to refinance out of this loan within the next 12 months or 2 years. They know what they are going to do in the next couple of years to get out of this loan. And to be honest, I mean, that rate is not bad considering we can go up to, the loan amount's pretty big for not showing any income or employment. No prepayment penalty.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Hi there. I came on the call a little late, so I'm not sure if you covered it. How do you treat foreign resident people?
We don't allow foreign nationals.
Okay, so they green cards, of course, okay, and visas are okay. H-1B,
No visa.
no
Just
visa.
card or citizen for now.
Oh, okay. Is there a differentiation between owner-occupied and investment property?
I'm going to have to double check on the investment property. I just know that for sure on the investment property, we won't allow foreign nationals. I'm not 100% sure about the visa. I'll have to look into that.
Okay,
And get back
thank
to
you.
you, Arden. No
Sure,
problem.
thank you.
T,
Yes?
can we use this program for investment property?
You wouldn't use it for investment property because this is for primary resident. If you want to go with an investment property, then you would want to put it under our DSCR program, which is not this one.
Then the requirement is more difficult, right? We need to provide documents. The rate is probably higher and all that.
Not necessarily. The rate's not necessarily higher. You would think it's higher because it's a primary, but the reason why it's a little bit higher for primary is because no one else is able to offer a primary resident without being confined to the ATR rules, right? We are because we are CDFI certified, which makes us very special, and we pass on the benefit to our broker partners. So if they're truly an investment, they go under investment, right? And then you're going to have a lot more options under investment also. When I say option, we're not the only one that offers the investment property. Other lenders offer it too. But I can assure you that we are one of the very few lenders that offer primary resident with no prepay. Keep in mind, the investment properties all come with 3-year prepay unless you buy it out. So let me show you our investment no DSCR program, or no ratio program, I should say. So go to product guidelines. So here it is. My product guidelines are all right here. You can go with Alt-Doc community, investor no ratio, or prime plus. So what you are asking me about right now is the investment property. So I'm going to pull up the investment property guidelines, and then I can go over that, or matrix, I should say, and then we can go over that together, and you can ask any questions you have. So for our purchase rate and term, DSCR greater than 100%. What does that mean, greater than 100%? That means, for example, if your PITI, for example, is $3,000, right? PITI 3,000. And when we order an appraisal and we request for a rental survey, and the rental survey says that the rental income is $3,000 or $3,100, that means your DSCR is above 100%, which is better, right? Because your rent covers your PITI. Does anyone have questions regarding that?
Do you take out any vacancy factor, or you use 100%?
We use 100%. So let's just say if, for example, you know, especially California, it's very hard to ratio out. So that's why we came out with the no ratio program. So the no ratio program, we don't care what the rental survey says. We'll just allow it. Even if you're negative 100%, we'll still take it. That's how easy it is. And then here's the matrix for that. You can even go cash out on those. So if you have an investment property, go with the program. If you have a primary resident, go with the primary resident. And the biggest difference is pricing. LTV might be a little bit different, and prepayment penalties. So it's hard to answer the question in general, which one is better? It really is just case by case. Any questions?
Yes, for the investment DSCR, can you use GIF for down payment?
Never GIF. Investment, thank you. That's a very good question. Because people say, well, then why would I go with primary if it's higher rate? Well, on investment or investor, you can never use gifts as down payment. The only time you can use gifts as down payment is on a primary residence. So that's another, you know, factor that you have to consider. Thank you for asking that, Billy. Good question. Anyone else?
For the primary,
minimum loan amount is 100,000. Sorry, go ahead.
for the primary, we can do on refinance also, right?
Sorry?
For the primary program, not the DSCR. I'm talking about going back to the primary,
Community.
the community. Yes.
Community program. Yeah, what was your question? I'm sorry.
Can we do it on refinance?
Yeah, you can do purchase, rate and term, or cash out. So purchase, rate and term, and cash out.
Okay. And for the credit score, do you have a minimum trade lines of like 2 or 3, or it doesn't matter?
It does. So off the top of my head right now, it's pretty easy. I think you need 2 for 24 months and 1 for 36 months. So a total of 3 trade lines.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Hi, do we have the early penalty for the investor?
Yes. Prepayment penalty for the investor, it comes with 3-year prepay unless you buy it out or buy it down. On primary resident, which we're talking about right now is a community program, there's no prepayment penalty.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Chi,
Yes.
what about EPO? Let's say if we get a loan through the community program, and 1 or 2 months later, the borrower refinance, would we have to pay back our commission?
Yes. So I think it's in your broker agreement. So you want to take a look at that. I have to go back to your broker agreement to see what you agreed upon, but I believe it's different for each program. So you really have to look into it. So if it's a community program, it might be different from like an agency or a government loan, right? So they're different. But I believe also for borrower paid, you don't have to pay back the full amount. I think within the EPO seasoning, it's 50% of it. And if you come back to us, I believe we waive the EPO. So you would have to go into your broker agreement to read through that.
How is your rate? How is your rate on the conventional loans compared to the lenders out there?
Who are you using right now so I can tell?
Let's pick Quicken loans.
Who?
Quicken
Loans? I would say some high balance, they're better than us. On the conforming, sometimes we're better, sometimes they're better. But if I'm going to be completely honest, their system is way better than ours when it comes to conventional. But our pricing is probably better in a lot of cases. But system-wise, they're better, if I'm being completely honest. But yeah, I've seen a lot of times where we beat them on pricing. Especially on the lower bucket stuff. And just so you guys know, on our conventional loans, we don't really have any overlays. And that's where we really stand out, right? So you have all these lenders with good rates, but then they have overlays on this, overlay on that. Sometimes, you know, you have to resell the file or you lose the file altogether because of the time and the reworks. So with us, as long as you get an AUS approval or approve eligible, I should say, we do both Fannie and Freddie. As long as you have an approved eligible, we don't have any overlays, other than the fact that we don't do manual underwrites. Hope that answers your question. Anything else?
So do you do refi cash out in Texas for primary, for the community program?
No, I believe Texas is the only state we don't do cash out on.
Okay, thank you.
So community program or any program that we don't verify. Okay, so to answer your question, Texas, no, we do not do cash out. One more thing I want to add, on our community program, we will not lend in Nevada. So if you guys are in Nevada, we won't do community and we won't do DSCR in Nevada, but we will in every other state.
Chi, can you show me the list of the states that you can do?
Yes, absolutely. Good question. So if you go to my website again, main page, scroll down, contact us, all the states that we are licensed in is listed right here. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see.
So, hi everyone. I think this is a very good program to allow many people access to loan to become a homeowner. So many people out there cannot qualify because they don't have income or they don't have enough income. So we should try to use this program to help people out there. So let's try to promote this program. The rate, of course, high, but it's not too crazy. The goal is to get them to own the house. So let's try to promote this. We all know that most of the borrower out there, they have to go with hard money loan, and the rate is a lot higher. This is a very good rate. Plus, they can mark their Hispanic or African American. They get half a percentage point lower in rate. So this is a very good program, and I want everyone to help your borrowers in your community, in your state. So let's promote this program. And I want to send all these loans to one assembly line for maybe in Orange County for them to specialize in this. Otherwise, I mean, I don't want everyone in the company have to deal with this loan. Initially, it's going to be slowly. We're not going to have like 100 loans like this. We need to learn the process and ramp up slowly.
Thank you for that. One more thing I was going to show you. So when you receive an approval on this loan, you're going to see a condition on this loan that says home ownership counseling. Okay, this is important because you guys are going to ask me later. So on the home ownership counseling, this is what it is. So due to the fact that we do not verify income or employment, and we are not subject to the ATR rules, and for those of you who are not familiar with what the ATR rules is, it means ability to repay. So because Commerce Mortgage is CDFI certified, we are not subject to the ATR rules. We do require your borrowers to take a home ownership educational counseling quiz, right? So once the loan is approved, they will have to go to my website. It costs $75. It will be charged to them. They have to get started here. Basically, only one of the borrowers, if there's 2 borrowers, only one of them have to do the quiz. It's a video, so you can register here. It's a video that they have to watch. It's a quick video. I would say like, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Quick video, they watch it. At the end, they answer a few questions. There's really no wrong or right answer, but they just need to watch it, answer a few questions. At the end, they'll get a certificate, print that certificate out, send it to you, and that is basically it. That's the only thing that is out of the ordinary that I wanted to bring to your attention. Does anyone have a question regarding that?
Oh, by the way, please do not take the class for the borrower. It is important. They have to take the class.
Oh, sorry. I got confused. Hi, G. I have a question for the conventional loan.
Yes.
You said that you don't have the overlay for the conventional loan. It does mean that for example, for the self-employed income, you ask for the P&L.
Due to COVID, I don't know if that has changed recently. I have to double check that for you. I don't have an answer for you on that. When I say there's no overlays, it's typically, the normal overlays, but due to COVID, there may be a few COVID overlays that I'm not aware of, because I'm going to be completely honest, I don't do a whole lot of conventional loans here. Most of the products that I do are non-QM and government. So I'd be happy to answer that question for you. If you don't mind, shoot me an email so that way I don't forget, and I'll get an answer for you before end of business today.
Sorry,
And,
go ahead.
and my email address, in case you guys are not aware, my email address is, let me move this over. It's commercemtg.com. So again, my email address is CDO. It's my first initial of my name. Last name is Doe at commercemtg.com. You can always email me here if you have any questions, especially scenario questions. Shoot me an email and I can get to you as soon as possible. Or if it's something urgent that doesn't require me to do a lot of research, then just call me and I'd be happy to answer your call, or shoot me a text. If it's something quick to answer, then I can answer quickly that way. But if it's something that you think I require some research before getting back to you, then shoot me an email, because I might need to check with the underwriter in that case. Hope that makes sense. Please let me know if you have any other questions.
Hey, chị, I have a question about the homeowner counseling. So is there any language, other language that the page can support? Because, few of my clients have like Vietnamese or Chinese, and they don't really good in English. So is there any way that can help them to take the video, understand the video, and take the quiz?
Well, I thought that all of them were Hispanic. Spanish. No, just kidding. That's a good suggestion. I can see if we can try to get that built in the future. But to answer your question, as of today, no, we do not have one for Vietnamese.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, but I will make the suggestion.
Okay. Thank you, chị.
You're welcome. Anything else?
Can I have a question for the primary plus?
The Prime Plus, yes, the jumbo.
Yes.
Can I help you?
Yes. Yeah. Do you accept that the LTV up to 90%, right?
Correct.
And do you have any requirement for this program? Can
Yeah,
you
it's
walk
full
me through?
doc. It's full doc loan. So it's just like any other loan. If you were to go full doc, like if you were to go to a conventional full doc loan, right?
Mhm.
Provide 2-year tax returns. If they're self-employed, you got a 2-year employment, just like any traditional loan, it's full doc. To be honest, you're looking for the rate, you know, they should go with probably their bank. If they're full doc and they're fully qualified, typically they'll go with their bank. There might be a couple like big lenders out there like Wells Fargo that might have better rates than us, but they don't offer 90% no MI, and they don't offer interest only, and they don't allow up to 50% DTI. So we'll allow up to 50% DTI. So to answer your question, it's a full credit qualifying full doc loan.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
Specific question for me in regards to that though?
I will ask you later if I have a question.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? Sorry for the background. That's my email coming in constantly. Antoine, do you have anything else that you want me to go over?
No, I think that if anyone have this kind of loan, please let Chi know, and please let everyone know so that we can, or let me know at least, so that she can help us with the first submission. We will capture, we will record the process and share with everyone. Yeah, we
That's
want.
great.
Yeah, we want more people know how to do this kind of loan.
I guess I have one more comment. So from what I've heard is, I don't know who exactly from your company has been doing these type of loans, but I do hear that a good amount of business from your company, Loan Factory, goes to Quantex currently.
Yeah.
So Quantex is the other lender that does offer the CDFI eligible community program that I offer. The biggest difference I would say between them and us is Quantex take about 7 days for initial approval. We are at 24 to 48 hours on initial approval. Number two, their LTV restriction is much lower than ours. We allow higher loan amounts and higher LTV. And our guidelines are also much more flexible. In addition, our pricing from the comparison I've done is better than theirs as well. So if you are familiar with Quantex and if you've been using them, you know, I'd be happy to help you do a side-by-side comparison. Just reach out to me directly and I'd be happy to go over that with you as well.
Thanks, Chi. I actually have one with Quanti right now. It's been in there like 40 days. It's a nightmare on a no ratio loan, primary home as well.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, that rate is higher than what you currently have. So I could vouch for that.
Billy, thanks for vouching for that. And, you know, I've been in the business for about 20 years, and at Commerce Mortgage, I actually have my own team. So why I mentioned that is because I can make a lot of things happen. But honestly, because our transaction or our process is so smooth that you'll hardly ever need a rush from us. I mean, in this kind of market, I'm getting you a non-QM loan approved in 24 to 48 hours, right? And I mean, there's really no income docs, no employment. There's nothing that should delay the loan, especially if you are speaking to me up front, going over, you know, the file, you know, and I, you know, with my experience, I can, you know, you can always be honest with me. So one thing I want to mention is I'm here to help you. And I want to make sure we structure the loan so that way I don't have a problem when we go sell it off at the end. So just be honest with me. Whatever the issue is, just be upfront, be honest with me, so that way I can help you structure the loan. I'm on your side. I mean, and of course I have to protect my company, but in order to protect my company, I need to know the truth so that way we can set it up properly, if that makes sense. So Billy, if you have that loan, it's still a problem, if you want to reach out to me, if there's still time, I'd be happy to help you with that. So just reach out to me after this call, if you don't mind.
Well, it's supposed to close next week, so
Okay, well,
40 days later
fingers crossed,
on a
hopefully.
no ratio
Oh man, is it a purchase or a rate term?
purchase.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry to hear about that, Billy, but hopefully it goes.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Thank you, Chi. Thank you very much. And I'm pretty sure we will send in loans and hopefully everything is as expected. Then we can see that I think we can work together for a long time. Yes.
That's the goal. I want a long-term relationship. It's a relationship business, and I'm very excited. And I want to thank you for your partnership. And please feel free to reach out with any questions. Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone, please stay for 2 minutes. Hello. Hello, hi, everyone. So, anyone have anything else to share? So-
Hi, Chi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm just questioning about this. Do we have any kind of product or program for the condo hotel?
She left already.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you can
Listen.
ask there are some non-QM lenders that offer condo hotel. You have to ask her. I think some of us know. I work with someone. There are
We
some
have,
that
we have
can
one.
do.
Yes, we have Citadel, but it's a kind of like slow lender. So I want to asking her about it.
I don't think she offered that. You can email her. Okay.
Hi, anh Thuận.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, Sue.
Hi. I have a question because whenever I have a non-QM loan, I ask around the loan processor and nobody confirmed to me that they are confident to process the non-QM loan. So what should we do to improve this issue?
That's what I said earlier. From now on, if anyone, any branch has any non-QM loan, please send it to the purchase team in Orange County.
Orange County?
Yeah, I will.
Yes.
A specialized for non-QM.
I see.
They will take care of it.
All right. So who is the main contact point for that one? For that team?
I will send you the contact for that person.
All right. Thank you so much for your help.
So so the first thing is the non-QM for primary resident. I think this is a great program. This is very unique. And I know that most of the lenders out there, like Cathay or the Chinese bank, they offer this kind of loan. So now we can compete against them, against the Chinese bank to offer no doc loans. This is very good to build relationship with realtor. Very important. We need to build relationship with realtors and with the community too. We want to show everyone in the community that we are a good lender that have this kind of loan. I think all the realtor would want to work with us because they can qualify their clients. So try to promote this program. That's the first thing. Second thing, I just enable one lender called Quick on our pricing engine. Their rate is very good for high balance 30-year fix. Their rate is the best. And I'm working to push them to give us additional incentive. So I am trying to find a way to get even better pricing. Just a head up, they are new, so we need to work with them slowly. Yeah, there's a lot of way we were trying to get the lowest rate
Uh,
out. So
I know. Can
mhm.
we deactivate the pricing for this lender until we get used to the process? Because right now some agents asking about this lender and we're not confident in processing with them. So until we can, have the one's loan approved, I think we can activate the pricing again.
Here's the problem, right? If we disable, how do we know they have the lowest rate?
We can quote the rate on the website. We can
On
do
what
that
website?
on with the pricing engine. I believe they do offer that.
I think we just do it. We just send in a few loans now.
Because that would be quite misleading if borrower can see that rate and we cannot guess that rate for them.
That's why we need to send the loan to this lender. We should not be afraid.
Okay.
All we need to do is just make it clear to everyone. If you decide to send your loan to this new lender, you must tell the borrower, you must warn them ahead of time that this is a new lender. We don't know them. We don't know their process. We don't know their turn time. So it is their risk if they want to send a loan to this lender, and they should expect that. And I think we should not be afraid. Just send the loan in. I want to show the lender, the new lender, that we have a lot of loans, and we will push them to give us even like a quarter special. And for a high balance loan, a quarter extra is almost $1,500 extra. So right now, their rate is already $1,000 better than the second best lender. So if we get even a quarter special, then rate will blow everyone else. So let's try it. Let's face it. Let's not be afraid. So far we are hitting the record. We have the record number of loans right now, and I saw that everyone in the company is at capacity. I don't think we can handle more loans. And we are trying to hire more right now, but the Vietnamese New Year is coming very close. So we won't be able to get more capacity until after the Vietnamese New Year. So the next few weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is going to be difficult for everyone. So it's just a warning to everyone. So thank you, everyone. We will meet again next time. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Yeah,
Have a
bye.
nice-
Anh.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.